Hi, my name is Brooke Haggerty, and welcome to today's episode of For the Love of Food. Today, I'm going to dedicate this episode to my mom, Carroll Callahan. She lives in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, in Murrells Inlet. I just got back from visiting her, and we went out to this great little restaurant called The Chive in Pawleys Island that was absolutely fantastic. They had a spicy ground pork with rice noodles and cucumbers. Well, I'm going to switch it up a little bit today, but take a nice play on that. I'm going to be using ground veal, going to be using rice noodles and the cucumber, but I'm also going to add some red onion and some red pepper and some cilantro. Just to mix it up a little bit. This was a great dish at a great restaurant. I don't see my mother very often, but when I go down there to visit, this is a restaurant that we always go to, and I love it. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started with our spicy ground veal with rice noodles, cucumbers, peppers, and onions. Absolutely great dish, quick and easy. And the best part about this meal is we're going to eat with my favorite utensils at the very end. The chopstick. I love eating with chopsticks. So let's go ahead and get started. I've got some water starting to boil over here. We're simmering over here. We're going to put our rice noodles in there. They're only going to take about 4 or 5 minutes. I've got my wok out. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to slice down some red onion. I'm just do some nice big slices down here. Nice and pretty. This is a beautiful red onion. I'm going to take those ends that I have and I'm going to slice them down again. This isn't normally the way I slice my onion, but I wanted to do something a little bit different today. Again, this is for my mom. This show today is for my mom, which is why I wore my hair back today, because on my visit with her recently, I asked her if she liked my new long hair, and she said no, but she did really like it pulled back. So, Mom, it's pulled back for you. And I have to admit, it does feel really good. So thank you, Mom. Okay, so I've got my red onion here. I'm going to grab some red pepper as well. I'm going to cut this down into nice long strips. People make fun of me the way that I peel my red pepper, take care of my red pepper, but I just like cutting it down lengthwise and just taking all the innards out. To me, it's just easier. I don't mind all the red in there. I just pop the seeds out. Bingo. Easy peasy. And I'm just going to do nice long strips of my red pepper. This is also a fairly quick meal. I believe it's going to be. I haven't made it yet. This is the first time I'm making it. So it'll be fun to see how it turns out. And we're going to eat this, again, we're going to eat this with our chopsticks, which is why I'm keeping my vegetables a little bit longer in length so it'll be easy to grab with the chopstick. My ground veal, I'm not going to season it right now. I'm going to season it once I get it into the pot. So I'm going to go ahead and put my pot up on high. I'm going to use a little truffle oil in the bottom of my wok. This won't take it long because, again, I'm cooking on an induction cooktop. So it doesn't take it long. So we'll let that come up. For my seasonings today, I'm going to use a little bit of truffle salt, a little bit of lemon pepper, some garlic, some grated garlic. I'm just going to mix that right in there with those right now. Look at that. And then my new favorite spice mix. You know, I've talked about this for a couple of shows now. The spice mix that I really like using together. This is ground cumin, ground coriander, and some garlic powder. So there's going to be a lot of garlic action going in here today. We're also going to have going in here, we're going to have, for the heat, we're going to use the rooster sauce. I know you all have seen that in your grocery stores. Be sure to pick it up. Boy, howdy, is it something that really can make a stand out with your meal. You can use a lot, you can use a little. It's really, there's no limit to what you can do with this, because if you want a ton of heat, use a lot of it. You want a little bit of heat, just use a little bit, mix it with some other things, and I got to tell you, it really is a nice flavor. So let me go ahead and get my veal in here. Okay, my veal's in. I'm going to go ahead and use my paddle and break my veal up. There we go. Now, if you don't want to use rooster sauce in this, you can always use crushed red pepper. You know, everybody always has crushed red pepper in their cabinets. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add my vegetables in now. Oh, yes. Some peppers. My onion. Okay, so these are in. We're going to let those cook away with our veal. A lot of people like to do their vegetables separate from their proteins. I don't. I really like to get all of the flavors in there together. And speaking of flavors, let's go ahead and start seasoning this up. I'm going to use my lemon pepper. Again, lemon pepper, lemon does not disguise the taste of anything that it hits. It clearly, it only enhances it. I'm going to use a little bit of truffle salt. As I'm doing that, I see my water's come to a boil over here. My rice noodles are going to go into seasoned water. I season this with some with some sea salt. These are only going to take about 4 to 5 minutes to cook. So in they go. As you see, this is going to be a quick meal. Oh, yes. I'm going to add a little bit more garlic in here because I love garlic. And I think the garlic with the veal, it's a nice combination. And then my cumin, coriander, and garlic powder mix. This is going to make add for a nice smokiness to our dish with that cumin in there. Okay, as that's cooking down, we're going to talk a little bit about our noodles that are going to go in here. We're actually going to use the rice noodles as we talked about. Then we're going to be using cucumber noodles. This is an English cucumber, a little bit thinner skin, a little smaller seed. We're going to use, I'm going to use my noodle maker. Have you seen in all the stores out there? Just going to swirl it on down and get some nice gorgeous noodles. It's going to go on top of it as a nice garnish. Speaking of garnish, we're also going to be using some fresh cilantro. I'm also going to add a little bit of my cilantro, my liquid, I like to call it liquid cilantro, into our dish today. Oh yeah, look at this. We got a nice boil going there. Nice flavors are coming out of here. This is beautiful. We're cooking down lovely. Again, this is altogether, this is going to be about a 10 to 15 minute dish to cook. Nice and colorful. I'm just going to add a little bit of cilantro here from my tube. Uncover my tube here. Just a little bit there. A little bit of my rooster sauce here. Again, this is spicy veal. If you don't want to use the rooster sauce, crushed red pepper is a great thing to use for you as well. You can see those nice flecks going through it. Oh my gosh. This smells delicious. And we're just going to let it cook down. Oh yeah. I'm going to grab a fork and give that a little taste, make sure all the flavors are marrying together the way I want them to. Oh. And they are. This is quick, delicious. If you don't want to use veal, you can use ground chicken, ground turkey, ground pork, which is the original recipe I had with it. Or you can use ground beef even. Yeah, this is something that's fun, easy, and delicious. Let's see what's going on with our rice noodles here. Rice noodles, again, don't take very long to cook. Oh yeah, they just need just a couple of minutes there. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start playing with my noodles here while we're cooking. I'm just taking my cucumber and I'm getting some nice long strips of cucumber coming out of here. Look at that. Tell me that this does not look delicious. I think you'll be proud, Mom. This is a good one. And it's very nutritious for you. Yeah. I'm going to be eating with these chopsticks today. I remember my mom and dad had chopsticks when I was growing up. And when I finally figured out how to use them, I thought I was so special. My dad spent some time in the military, so they traveled all over the place. So we had all kinds of things from all over the world. Never at a loss for trying something new. Okay, so there we go. I've got my cucumber there. I'm actually going to take my cucumber. I'm going to put it in a side bowl. Put my cucumber in a side bowl here. That way we can combine all of our noodles together and then just use this as a garnish right on top with our cilantro. Our ground veal is doing fantastic over here. I'm going to turn that down to a simmer. Our rice noodle pasta is looking great. We're going to go ahead and rinse that now, or drain it. We're not going to rinse it. You can rinse it if you want to, because you can serve, these noodles can be served cold if you want. For today, we're going to serve them hot. Oh yeah. They're going to go right into here. Woo! Right in there. Oh yes. We're going to grab our tongs for tossing in a little bit. We're going to take our ground veal with our peppers and onions. Look how gorgeous that is. We're going to mix that right together. Oh my gosh. The flavors that are coming off from this are so beautiful. Oh, I wish you were here to taste this with me, Mom, because I think you would really like it. Next time I come down to visit, I promise I'll bring some with me. Or I'll make some for you while I'm there. Even better. Yum. Oh my. Okay. Okay. So we've got our rice noodle with our veal, our peppers, and our onions. Oh. I'm actually going to put a little bit more right on the top there. I'm going to take these gorgeous cucumbers, these cucumber noodles right there. Oh, and some beautiful fresh cilantro right on the top for some more color and some more fresh flavor. Deliciousness right here in a bowl in front of us. If you don't want to use rice noodles, you can actually just use the cucumber noodles if you want. Just put them right at your veal right over top of that. Look at that. Look at how pretty that is. I'm sorry, folks. I just can't wait any longer. Mom, this one's for you. Mmm. So rich. So rich tasting. And the heat coming off from the rooster sauce mixed with the crunch of the cucumber with the slick of the rice noodle. total earthiness of that veal with using the truffle oil in there. Wow. This has quickly become one of the Food Chick's new favorites. My name is Brooke Haggerty. Thank you for joining me today. And hi, Mom.